See, the thing about life, we're gonna die, right? Eventually we're gonna die. But our legacy can live on. The impact can be non-perishable, forever. But it's gotta be built right. And we gotta take advantage of the time we have right now.
There's a little known fact. The fact is that you're more amazing than you've ever imagined. You're more qualified, more gifted, more useful, more meaningful than anyone has ever defined or told you you could be. There are times where you've tried to talk yourself into believing your value by looking in the mirror and you haven't gotten the right reflection because you haven't said it with the right inflection. You got to begin to believe this thing in your core.
You know, whether you're trying to grow into something or you're trying to accomplish something, the adversity, the opposition, the challenge, and the uncertainty, that's the rites of passage to accomplish or become the person that you're striving to become.
This is what I want to tell you. You might not be in control of what today brings you, but you are in control of what you bring to today. You are in control of what you bring to today. So the question I'm going to ask everybody is what you bring into today.
You got to believe it until others believe it. You got to sell this thing to yourself until you're so sold on it that no one can talk you out of that thing that you believe that you are born to do. The greatness that is within you, the greatness that is around you, the greatness that you will cause.
If you want it bad enough, you find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you find an excuse.
Because I believe, like, when you're really trying to accomplish something or become something different, there's supposed to be challenges present. It's supposed to be adversity present.
How do you know when you found your calling? How do you know when you found the thing that you're supposed to do, the thing that you were put on this earth to do? The hard truth, you won't have any peace. You won't have that deep sleep. Or at best, you'll fall asleep dreaming of the life that you know you're supposed to have. Those thoughts that you fall asleep to every single night, all of that isn't on accident. That's placed there with an intention, that's placed there with a purpose. And that's supposed to give you a glimpse at the life that you're supposed to live.
Imagine that you could be exactly where you wanted to be in 5 years. Like you've got these stellar opportunities in front of you. So then you got to allow yourself to imagine like you're a kid who's pretending or daydreaming and thinking, okay, man, I can be wherever I want in 5 years. Okay, how could I bring all of those together in the optimal way? What would that look like? You should ask and you'll receive. You should knock and the door will open.
You're more than a ripple. You're the one that will cause waves in life, but you got to keep going. There's a thing called flow. You have to get into it, and the only way to get into it is to get through the things that try to interrupt your flow. Your development as a person, your development as a speaker, as an author, as a whatever it is you were born to do, you got to find out that one thing and invest yourself in it, so much so that you got to hold stock when everyone tells you that it has no value.
Being true to it, what's more important? Who we become or what we acquire? And most people do it because of what they can acquire. But what if you looked at it and said, what is this going to turn me into? Right? What is the process of chasing this going to turn me into it?
You matter and you always have mattered. Your skill set is being developed under pressure, under denials, under rejection, under the people that have told you no. Those no's are things that you need. It needs you to fortify and believe in yourself until you can get to the point where it doesn't matter what anyone else says. You believe it with all your soul that I matter, that I was born to do something, and the greatness within me is going to touch other lives. You're not here just for you. The gift that you have is to be presented to God at the end of your life, and when you present it to Him, He'll ask you, how many other people did you bless? How many other people did you give it to?
But what do you need to bring to today is my question to you. We can't control what today brings us. We can't control what people try to give us. We can't control the struggles that might find us. But we can control what we bring to the day. We can't control what we bring to our life. We can't control what we bring to others. Right? How is it serving you to focus on what's going wrong when you can actually create something that's right in your life right now?
See, that's the curse of being the visionary. You fall asleep to what could be, almost to the point of when you can feel it, to where you can almost hold it in your hands. But when you wake up to what is. And what are you supposed to do about that? What are you supposed to do about falling asleep to everything that could be, the yearning for a life that almost is but isn't? What you do about it is you wake up and take one step in the direction of that life you're supposed to live. You take one step by using the gifts, the talents that you were given from before you were even born, the gifts that were placed in you by God. You're supposed to use them in at least one small way.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I know how hard it is to take care of ourselves.
Listen to me, man. You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you. What you did back there was learn the lessons to get you to where you are at this particular moment right here. But quit tripping during the process. Pull yourself together and quit tripping because you in the process.
I want you to think about something real quick. Tell me one thing in your life that is great that came as a result of being comfortable. Because everywhere I look and everywhere I see in today's society, everybody's doing everything they can to be more comfortable.
And we make so many mistakes. We're the product of our mistakes. And oftentimes the lesson is sitting there right in front of our face. It's there to be learned, but we miss it, or we don't pay attention to it, or we think we know better until it punches us in the face. And the most important thing to learn is that we have so much to learn.
Every single day you put them into practice. And over time, you'll find that they become refined. You put them through the fire, back into the water, hammered out, and they become stronger and stronger and stronger.
Because the one thing you don't want is regret. Not with the dash that we have. Our lives are way too short to live it just for us. Touch others' lives with your gifts, your abilities, your talents, your arts, whatever it is that you were gifted by God from the foundations of the earth to do. Turn the earth around and let them see that God made you specific and this time so that your gift can give others the right time.
And I understand what it's like to have those visions and have every single person around you think that you're full of shit. This part of the journey, the hardest part, because you have this idea, you have this dream, you have this vision that nobody else can see. So if this is you and you're struggling and you're fighting and you're in the fight, understand that facing this issue of non-believers, of critiques and criticisms and negativity is part of the process.
You may be wondering what happened to the support that was once around you. What happened to the scaffolds of people who said they will be your security? You can lean on us. I've got your six. I've got your back. Well, the reason why they've been upset with you and the reason why they can't understand why you're changing is because they don't want to lose what they love. They don't want to lose the version of you that was within reach of them. The version of you that was visible and they understood where you were going and what you were doing. But what they don't understand is that you're evolving.
It's like when Kobe said, I was chasing perfection and excellence, even though I knew I would probably never catch it. But just the fact that I was willing to chase it, I would defeat most of my opponents because most of my opponents would never chase something that didn't have any guarantees attached to it.
Until finally the opportunity arises where it says, now is the time for you to be born again in your gift. And when you seize that moment, you'll grab it with two hands. And you'll finally realize that you now have peace. In that moment of having peace, that's when you know you found your calling. You may not have everything that you're supposed to have through that gift, but I promise that you will have peace. Seek out your peace.
You get one shot at this gig right here. Life.
Keep going. Keep chasing your dreams. The support you need is in the mirror. And every morning you've got to remind yourself, it's me and you, God, against the world. And if the world comes up against you, God's undefeated. Therefore, you cannot lose. Stay true to your goals. Stay true to your dreams.
When adversity strikes, for some reason, people think they rise to the occasion. You don't rise to the occasion, you revert back to your training. Meaning your core, your essence, who you are as a person. When adversity and opposition strike, you can't turn it to the beast. You already got to be the beast.
There are no failures. There's only quitting. Every single hardship, every single obstacle is going to serve you if you allow yourself to let it serve you. So f what these people think, put it all up here on your shoulder, and when you don't feel like it, and when you're frustrated, and when you want to quit, take the proper amount out, and the proper amount is the amount that gets you off your ass and gets you executing. Because if you are executing day in and day out, no matter what, there is not a single f***ing thing that can stop you.